Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. So honored to have you connecting in with us, especially during the holiday season. It can be such a busy, hectic time, and it's just an honor and a privilege to spend some time with you as we connect in and really look at how do we move forward? How do we live on purpose and with great purpose? And part of the show, part of the reason we created the show was to support each of you, to empower you. And as we do that and bring you great content, great information, and supportive expert tips, as we empower you, that brings transformation into your life and into the world, because I believe we all have influence that we get to step into. We are touching and impacting other people's lives. And what a privilege, what an honor to be able to do that. And when we choose to do it on purpose and with great purpose, we're able to move forward those things that matter most to us. So I celebrate you leaning into the conversation today. We're going to be talking about connection. We're going to be talking about how to grow and expand our reach. And this is a perfect time of year to look at these things as we're talking about influence and stepping into that place. And we're looking ahead at the beginning of the year. And do we have a plan in place to strategically, step by step, grow our reach, grow our impact, do it with purpose, do it in a powerful way so that we can bring forward those things that matter most. And here's what I've discovered is these things don't just magically happen. We can keep hoping and wanting to have that increased reach or to have those additional connections. But unless we start to shift our steps in the dance in a really purposeful way to bring more connection, to expand our reach, it's going to keep looking similar to last year and the year before and the year before. So today I have an amazing expert that's going to help us look at some of these things and how we can particularly leverage this time of year and looking ahead at the beginning of the year to powerfully position who we are, what we're doing in the world, what we're wanting to bring forward, and expand our reach in the process. So very honored to have you joining in, and it really takes taking some of this information and integrating it into your life. So there's an action part that is important. So I'm going to encourage you as you tune in to really listen and write down some great ideas that you can start to put into your life and into your business and into your daily walk so that you can consistently, strategically grow your reach. And by growing your reach, you grow your impact. By growing your impact, you're growing your influence. And that's how we can really make a powerful difference around the world, heart by heart, life by life, by building some more of those connections and building, I almost see it as a bridge, that we build a new relationship and we connect with, and we're able to add more and more and more and increase our reach and our impact. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But in order to get the most out of our time together, let's stop and pause for a moment, take a deep breath in through our nose, out through our mouth like through a straw. One more time. And this kind of deep breathing where we're expanding our belly, bringing in as much air as we can. And keep breathing. Please don't stop breathing. Keep breathing. And the more that we do of that, we're able to lower our cortisol levels, bring ourselves very present, lower our stress levels, and bring oxygen to every cell of our body. And it just takes stopping and pausing for a moment and bringing that air in, allowing ourselves to stop, pause, instead of always being in action and motion. Beautiful. So as we're doing that, we're connecting in. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe, both hands on the wheel, just inwardly tuning in. Those of you who are able to, though, let's put both feet on the floor. Feel it supporting you. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Take a deep breath again through your nose. See how big you can make your belly. Out through your mouth like through a straw. Eyes closed, you're absolutely safe. And in this space of stopping and pausing in the middle of the holiday season, what is it that you need? What is it that you need today that will encourage you, empower you, uplift you, that you are willing to receive because you have choice? So what is it that you need and are willing to receive right now, real time, as you stop and pause and inwardly listen, particularly around growth, connection, and impact. As you're in the holiday season and you're looking ahead at next year, what is it you need to support you in that space? Great, receive that information. Come back into the room. Another deep breath, eyes open, fully present. Beautiful. And I encourage you to take a moment and write down what was placed on your heart, what it is that you need and are willing to receive. Let's keep it top of mind. It's easy to get distracted and forget and move on to another shiny thing. But when we can keep top of mind what it is that you need and are willing to receive, then we can keep a lookout for it and actually see it when it's right in front of us. And here's the extra credit bonus opportunity with this, is actually look forward to being surprised at how this need may be met in an unexpected way. Be open to your need being met in a way you never imagined. And you can be delighted and excited by how it comes to you, simply by being clear and open to receiving with great anticipation and excitement. Wonderful. Take another breath. Wonderful. And I wanted to bring our amazing guest into the conversation here. And Jess, I would love for you to share just a little bit when you stopped and paused for a moment. What was laid on your heart? What kind of touched your heart that you wanted to share with us today?
The guests calm down from getting nervous, before they come on, but but I kind of got peace and rest, just that I need to take the time to take a couple deep breaths, relax, and help me to, clarify my mind and then to refocus and get back to work. But it kind of reminded me of my son, 5-year-old. He says, my wife said just a minute to him, and he goes, I hate minutes. They just take too long. And I think we get, as people, we tend to kind of feel that same way and get overwhelmed with all the stuff going on, especially during the holidays here.
Exactly. No, I love that. I like that peace and that calm and really helping ourselves, because I think it does go against our instincts sometimes. We want to go, 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 and that minute can seem forever. But when we can stop, pause, and deliberately listen and center, there is peace there and calmness. And it can calm any nerves that we may have or things that are going on around us and brings us very present. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And I'm thinking your son might want to do that stop and pause, and hopefully the 10 seconds won't feel too long to him.
Yeah, I hope not.
I love that. I love that. Well, listeners, we are getting ready to go to our first commercial break. And as we do, I want to encourage you to take these 2 minutes and really pause. Allow yourself to stop, pause, and breathe and become centered and feel some of that calmness and that peace and that feeling centered and fully present. As those commercials play in the background, I encourage you to resist the urge to go run off and cross things off the to-do list, but instead give yourself these 2 minutes to stop, pause, breathe, and feel that support, that connection, that peace and calmness. And then we'll look forward to continuing our conversation in just 2 minutes. Enjoy.
Be sure to friend us on Facebook. You can do it right now. Visit facebook.com/Voice America or search for us at keyword Voice America.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Get Unchained. Tune in every Monday for Jane Unchained on the Voice America Influencers channel, featuring nationally recognized best-selling author, TV journalist, and social media influencer Jane Velez Mitchell. This program takes you inside a trending lifestyle that's the next wave of human evolution. It all starts on your plate. If you want to revolutionize your life, get happier, more energized, then discover the secret. Tune in to Jane Unchained Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Influencers channel.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective, plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at blog.voiceamerica.com. That's blog.voiceamerica.com. The Voice America Press Blog. All access, all the time. We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, giving yourself that gift and that time to really stop, pause, breathe, and connect in. And we can find that peace and that calmness so quickly when we remember to stop, pause, and breathe. So I encourage you throughout the holidays, especially when you're feeling pulled, if you have this happen, not everybody does, but if you start to feel pulled a lot of directions, remembering just to take a moment to stop, pause, and breathe can make all the difference, I find. And then some moments, breath by breath, but I'm able to be more of who I want to be after I take a moment and a breath and choose how to be instead of reacting or feeling pulled a lot of directions. So I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes. You're going to have moments throughout our show to do that, to stop, pause, breathe, and integrate. That's something really powerful about those moments, that instead of adding all these things to your to-do list, you can actually take them in, process them real time, and start to integrate them into who you are and what you're doing in those 2 minutes as well. So I'm thrilled to have you here, and I hope that you enjoy those 2 minutes throughout our show. Now, I wanted to share a little bit more about Jess. You got to hear a little bit of his heart and his spirit during the holidays and connecting in. And I wanted to share a little bit more of his background so that you have a broader picture of who Jess is. So Jeff Tiffany is the CEO of Marketing and Network University, the creator of MNU Digital, #1 international best-selling author of Growth Hacking, Strategically Grow Your Business Connections from 0 to 10,000 in 365 days. And he is here today to share and empower us. He's passionate about growing these connections and doing it strategically and powerfully. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Jess Tiffany to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I hope you felt that like, ta-da,
really
welcome. You are. Absolutely. Well, I'm thrilled to have you here today, spending some time with us. And I know that, again, this is a hectic season for all. And so it's such an honor to have you leaning in to spend time with us and really empower us in this season. And I love that you're able to do that in really practical and profound ways, that you bring heart into what you do, and you also give us some practical ways that we can go about this. And I'd like to start our conversation with, why is this area of marketing in this digital world and networking, why is that so important to you and you feel like should be important to businesses around the world?
So, yeah, I just find it is really important to me, and it basically gives us great outlet to share our message, our hearts, our values with people that are outside of our direct influence. Now, granted, you also use it for hopefully building relationships with your close circle and sharing pictures and photos with your family of your cute little 4 kids that are so awesome that I better say hi to. Hi, kids. But so it's all about building relationships, and you kind of have to go where people are for one thing, and which a lot of it is online now. So, but that's very important. But building relationships ultimately is the goal.
Beautiful. And I appreciate you sharing that, because I think sometimes we think of social media, or we think of online things as this cold, distant, like separate thing, versus it's really an opportunity to build relationships and connect powerfully and reach more people outside our sphere and influence. And one of the things you shared, I just want to underline, I think it was really powerful. You said, go to where the people are. I think that's something we miss sometimes, because we want them to discover us. We want them to come to us instead of proactively looking where are the people we're trying to reach, and let's go there. Any tips or suggestions on how we can go about that?
Well, it really depends on what you do for a living, and basically where your ideal clients are congregating online. And obviously this can be done offline as well if you're able to take the time to do something like that. But, networking meetings and different places you can go, and things, events for your topic. But online, typically you're going to find, businesses that need imagery like photography, or, even dentist office. All kinds of places can use good photography. But then you're looking at places like Pinterest, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube for video, and all the platforms. The live obviously is big now. People want to see authenticity. They want to see what's real, and that's why that live is so powerful, because you get really into the meat of the matter. But basically, you need to find out where your ideal customer is. Go there, put out good quality content that benefits those people, because at the end of the day, it's all about solving their problems, not about you or what you're selling.
Beautiful. And some of what I was hearing you say too, when you were talking about photography, and you were talking about more visual type platforms like Pinterest, etc. I would think Instagram as well, that matching the media or the platform to the type of work that you do sounds important as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a, product market fit, in your marketing. Having a certain image, certain, values that your company portrays, and then being able to authentically show that through your media with compelling content that draws people into you. And then, obviously, you then work on building the relationships.
Okay. And so a question I have around this, because there's this balance, I would think, because you've been in this arena for a while and specialize in this. So, and yet you've shared that there is this movement towards authenticity. And is there a balance in authenticity, professionalism, connection? Where do those all meet in a powerful way, and where can they sometimes come together not so powerfully?
Well, that's a great question. That's a tough one. Yeah, there's definitely a balance, and whether there's a specific balance, different businesses are going to be different. Especially like medical, you're not necessarily going to want to let them know all the details, possibly, because it may not be beneficial. So you do have to, maintain a little bit offhandedness, I don't know if that's the right word, but a little bit of spacing between, reality and what you're doing. But you also want to be truthful that, it really is a tough kind of balancing act between those two. You just have to figure out, because you don't want to turn people off from business. Like if you tell them, your advertising is, 3% of everybody that comes in here is super mad and doesn't ever want to come back. I mean, that's not something you necessarily have to portray. So you may want to portray more your best self and that you have a 97% retention rate. You want to focus on the positive side of it, but you don't want to deny or downplay that there are times where there's issues, and basically you, if it's your fault, take responsibility for it, fix it, and then you can share that as a message, like, hey, we had this problem, we realized it, it's our fault, we're sorry, here's what we did to fix it, here's what we're going to do going forward to make it better. And a lot of times that turnaround makes it better than if you just try to, push it under the rug.
Beautiful. So there's a level of transparency that I'm hearing, and I could even see if there was something like that. We heard from you, and we took to heart what you shared with us, and now taking that advice or that input in, we have now moved in this direction. We hope that it serves you. I mean, I could see that being received really powerfully, and I think as I was thinking about that too, and where is that line, where is that balance? I think that it takes some preparation, that we need to think strategically a little bit about what we're going to share, not just turn on the camera and start speaking and hope it all kind of unfolds. I think having some key things that we want to bring forward. Yeah. And then still being who we are and sharing it can help bring that nice balance. But I do think that planning is so key, and then being who we are in it. And some of what you're sharing are some really great strategies and things to be thinking about, especially if there is a bit of a turnaround story or there is news coming out or things need to shift. What a powerful way to address that and move forward in a great direction and bring people with you.
Yeah, I think of one time where a customer was kind of upset and had some issues, and they were going at us on social media big time, and basically on the side, somebody else's family member had passed away, and she didn't know she had lawn care bills because it was like her father. And then we just basically, forgave her bill and said, hey, he passed away, you're stressed, you got all this stuff to worry about, we'll take care of it for you. And all of a sudden that, which we didn't say anything, but she actually went into the conversation and defended us.
Wow.
And turned the whole thing around, and it was really amazing thing. So sometimes those tough things can really grow your business because of the level of care that people see in your business.
Well, and taking that step to build that relationship, to heal where there was a challenge, to listen and lean in, really powerful. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Yep. Now, in the holidays, there is such a powerful energy, multiple energies that happens during the holidays. And is there a way that if we're looking at growing our relationships, growing our connections, is there a way that we can start looking at this instead of, sometimes people have a tendency to check out a little bit, instead of actually leaning in? What would you suggest in that as we're looking at the holidays and the energy and the opportunity that can be there for connection and growth?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The holidays can be overwhelming. My little daughter, Azalea, she was 17 months old, holding a little sippy cup and a snack cup in the other hand, and Grandma comes up and tries to give her coat, and she looks at both hands and goes, and she sticks her foot up and says, "Put it on my leg." It just we have to kind of Sorry, I like kids' stories, but
I love it.
But you really do get overwhelmed, and some of the things you can do. There's a lot of nice tools out there. I would say like FaceTime, instant messengers, things like that, where you can instantly chat with a family member across town or across the country. There's things like Facebook portals, those new things, the little video phones in your house and stuff. But any way you can, try to get face-to-face or person-to-person communications, obviously powerful and a good way to, stay connected. If you can't do it physically at their house or something like that. One tip from my free LinkedIn cheat sheet, but we have there's a lot of people don't know that LinkedIn has a built-in QR code. So if you're out kind of doing some networking for your business during the holidays and you don't have a business card, you ran out, things like that, you can actually push a couple buttons and have a QR code in the search there and scan each other's phone and instantly be connected. So
nice.
That's a good way to kind of grow your network. And there's other ways. There's a Find Nearby button in LinkedIn where it'll utilize Bluetooth to connect to everybody in a room. So if you're a speaker, you can hit the button and have everybody push their button, and then they all can get connected right there. So those are a couple, little technology tips that can maybe help you keep a little bit more, or be able to build some new connections. And then from there, obviously, utilize the messaging within the apps and things like that to work on building that relationship and asking questions and things like that.
So this is new technology to me, so I want to take a moment to absorb this.
Yeah.
So I could have that QR code, and I could
Absolutely.
go and instead of having to collect a business card and then put it on my stack to upload somehow and organize somehow right then and there, I skip all those steps, and we could instantly be connected. And we could even do it a roomful at a time should both parties, in a sense, push the same button, is what I'm hearing you say. Is that...
Absolutely, So
wow.
I was at a
powerful
networking meeting with about 20 people the other day, and my commercial literally was, because my book is on LinkedIn and growing your LinkedIn strategically, but basically I had them all do that right there. I was like, my 1-minute pitch was, hey, pick up your smartphone, click this button, hit Find Nearby, turn on your Bluetooth, boom, send me a connection. And I believe I got just right there, I had over half the room connected to me before I walked out.
Oh, so powerful. Thank you for sharing. And that definitely saves time and energy, not just during the holidays, but even beyond. So I appreciate you sharing.
And I could probably give you I'll send you a link to the cheat sheet so you can have that. So.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you. Well, we are getting ready. We're getting ready to go to our next commercial break here. And I want you to take a couple moments to stop, pause, breathe, and think about some of these things that are being shared with you and some of these great tips that you can start to incorporate in your life. And when we come back, we've got more to share. And we're going to talk a little bit more about his book as well to see if that's a resource that may serve you. We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Think you've seen everything there is to see in online television? Let us surprise you. Visit voiceamerica.tv today for sports, health, business, and more on demand 24/7.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Sustainable success, is just around the corner. If you are an entrepreneur, business leader, or anybody looking for their next level of success, tune into Sustainable Success with host Chris Salem. Did you know that the path to success is a long path that started many years ago? The path you started on then determines what is happening now. Chris and his amazing guests in their field will help you navigate the path to sustainable success every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Time and 9 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Change starts here. Change starts now. Join us, the Voice America Influencers channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes. You got lots of oxygen throughout your body and were able to be very present. And I hope you picked up a couple of great ideas. And Jess and I were talking a little bit behind the scenes, and he says he has more. So there's more that he's going to share with us today, which is great. And he's agreed to generously make that cheat sheet available to all of you. So it's not just something Rebecca gets, it's something we're going to let all of you know how to access as well. So as you're taking some notes and some of these things are sparking an interest, please know that we're going to let you know exactly where you can access that cheat sheet and add that to your tools and resources that you can use. So welcome back. We've been talking about building connections and relationships and some of the ways we can do that in a perhaps more leveraged and strategic way. We're talking with Jess Tiffany, and he is the author of Growth Hacking, which is a way to strategically grow your business connections from 0 to 10,000 in 365 days. And I'm curious as I say that subtitle and share, in 365 days, are there specific things we do each day or each week, or does it just kind of build over that time frame by taking action?
That's an excellent question. It really takes, daily effort. And if you could be consistent, sending out, say, 15 to 20 invites in a day, liking, commenting on specific people's posts, things like that. So it's not about the number per se. It's about doing it with strategy and having specific targeted people that you're going after. So you can connect to anybody fairly easily, but what you want to do is, identify your ideal clients, your ideal future employers or employees that you're going to hire in the future, your dream clients, your dream mentors, you basically want to build the network that you want to have over the next 10 years and build it strategically on purpose.
So what I'm hearing as that filters through me is I can actually grow the network and the reach I want. I can personally design it and build that and visualize it and then strategically take steps to bring it into reality.
Right. So what a lot of people say to me and as pushback is like, well, I wouldn't want to connect to that many, worthless people or that many, random connections. And that's not the point. The point is, obviously everybody has value on LinkedIn as long as it's not a fake profile. But, so that's kind of a rude statement in itself. But really, it's about quality. It's about relationships, but you're spending all this money on advertising to Facebook, Google, AdWords, all that stuff, and you're doing it in order to sell something to somebody that doesn't even know who you are. Mm-hmm. So if you could reverse that and basically build a network of your future customers and have it working for you so that every couple of days they see your face, they see your name, they see your new product, they see whatever is coming out because they're in your network. And the other thing is that you don't know is a lot of people that they know see their stuff. So if they like something, then, so it might be 3 people removed sees your stuff because somebody liked it in your network, and all of a sudden they become a client. So you basically are building your own passive marketing system strategically, over a period of time, and then having that natural flow of customers coming to you to seek your product or service versus going out cold trying to gig or whatever they call it, gig frogs, frog gigging. So it's just a more of a nurturing method of marketing.
I love that, and it feels a little bit more natural, just as we build and grow relationships we like, know, and trust, that we can also translate that online and do that as well. And to nurture those and do things on a consistent basis will end up growing our reach powerfully. Now, for those of you who have been listening, and we've mentioned his book title a couple times, Jess, I would love for you to share where we can find your book. So if people are wanting to add that to their Christmas list or starting the new year, every day you do certain activities, fits in beautifully. How can they get your powerful book?
Thank you. Currently, it's on Amazon only. So I do recommend typing Jess Tiffany, so it's like, Jesus without the U. So Jess Tiffany, so spelled right. And then you'll find the book, but it's growth hacking, strategically grow your business network from 0 to 10,000 in 365 days. But yeah, go to Amazon. The audio book and physical book will probably be out in a month or 2 here. So.
Ah, perfect. So online you can get quick access, so you don't even have to worry about mailing time, which is great during the holidays.
Exactly. And it's not a super long book. There's no, I don't have my great family stories in there or any of that stuff. It's literally just here, step by step, a little bit of history of the growth hacking mindset, because mindset is a lot of it, and it kind of means utilizing the scientific method, testing different things out, and typically doing it on a tight budget. So you don't have to spend $1 million to do this. So if you're a small business owner, you can outcompete the big guys with some effort and strategy.
So exciting and empowering. So an Amazon exclusive then. I love that we can lean in, and you have to listen to our show to get some of those personal stories. So I appreciate that you're bringing that dimension to our show today, because that's something else. It's so important to know that experts and influencers, that we are people and human with families, and we're juggling a lot of those things. You are too. And being able to connect together in that place powerfully and authentically and support one another is so powerful. And that's something we get to do on the show, in coming together and having all of you listeners lean into the conversation and be part of what we're bringing to the world. So I want to encourage you to check out. Go ahead. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just kind of saying, exactly what you're saying, just a regular person, we've been broke and actually sort of technically homeless for a little bit because of some real estate problems and stuff, and just, whatever. But, so just regular people, 4 beautiful kids, but so I'm blessed there, and a loved wife that can somehow manage all that. And but at the end of the day, just a person, put your pants on the same way as everybody else, type deal. But just decided to apply some strategies to some things that we're doing, and that's where the book came from. And obviously, building a company. But yeah, just regular people that over time met a lot of people and built a large network.
Exactly. One step, one day, one connection at a time. So I appreciate that. Do you want to give a shout out by name to your wife and 4 children? We can all say hi.
Sure. Say hi to Amber, my lovely wife, the redhead that got me to move away from Minot, North Dakota to Minneapolis.
Hello.
Yeah. And then Amethyst is my oldest. She is 11. Mm-hmm. Jessamine, one of my 2 flowers, is she's 9, and then Sterling, my boy, so he's 7, Sterling, and then Azalea is my 5-year-old, and she's spoiled big time.
Well, a beautiful garden of family.
Yeah.
I love that, and what a blessing to have in your life and be part of all that you're doing and bringing forward. And I appreciate your heart and your willingness to share so authentically and transparently with us, giving us some really great tips and ideas. And I encourage all of our listeners that if you're really wanting to grow your reach and to expand your influence, lean into this powerful book, Growth Hacking. It'll help you step by step every day. Here are the things to do. And strategically, over time, in a very leveraged way, will grow your reach powerfully. With that, we're going to go to our next commercial break. I know the time goes so quickly. And during this time, I want to encourage you to stop, pause, and think about what are you grateful for? What do you want to stop and pause and give a shout out to in your life and appreciate and celebrate? And as you're doing that, how are you wanting to grow and expand your reach and touch the lives and more lives that you are called to touch? We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
There's a new force to be reckoned with in talk radio. It's not just talk radio. Hosted by LaTanya Jr. and co-host Tina Wynn and Tony Brown. Not Just Talk Radio is like a superhero, inspiring, problem-solving, and informing, packed with action-provoking conversations from news, movements, and social and politics issues. This program is about a wide range of voices and fresh points of view from experts, celebrities, and you, the listener. Not Just Talk Radio is broadcast live Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Become a member of VoiceAmerica.com. It's easy, and best of all, it's free. Start out by going to our homepage or any of our channels and click Register at the top. Once you've created an account and signed in, you can create your own custom library, opt into our newsletter, search by show, host, guest, or topic of interest, or browse millions of hours of content across all of our Voice America radio channels. Membership gets you more. Visit VoiceAmerica.com today to get started and tailor the listening experience to your taste.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes and took the opportunity to think about things that you're really grateful for and feel blessed to have in your life, and then some of what you're looking at bringing forward into your life and this coming year through connections and relationships and growing your reach and impact. Behind the scenes, we were talking a little bit, and I wanted to make sure I delivered on a couple of the promises I made today. So one of them was that Jess has this beautiful cheat sheet that he has put together to give you some great ideas and tips on how you can expand your reach. And I wanted to make sure we took a moment to share how you can find that. So it's a little bit long URL, so get your pen and pencil ready, your writing utensil, or typing fingers ready. And I would love, Jess, for you to share how we can access your powerful PDF.
Yeah, no problem. I have it at MNU Digital, so MNUdigital.com, and then / LinkedIn dash, like the minus sign, marketing dash cheat dash sheet. So LinkedIn marketing cheat sheet with dashes in between at MNUdigital.com.
Perfect. Thank you for making that available to all of us. I appreciate that. And boy, whenever we can get a cheat sheet or some tips like that, it makes such a difference. So I appreciate you making that available to us. And I also know that you mentioned earlier that mindset is so key to a lot of what we do in our networking and marketing. And I was thinking about, this is the holiday season, and right around the corner, we're starting the new year. Are there some mindset things that you would encourage us to adopt or to bring into how we're looking at things, particularly this time of year, so that we can successfully expand our reach and our connections?
Sure. There's a quote going around the internet that's mine, but it's kind of a little funny thing, but it just says get a big dream, make a plan, break it down to daily tasks, work the plan, get the tasks done, work harder and smarter, then work even harder and smarter, learn from those who have already done it, use that advice, leverage the knowledge, skills, and networks available to you, repeat until you win. It's a lot, but basically, you got to figure out what you want, your why. Like, my family is my why. What you're willing to do to go forward. Write down your plan, put it into action, and then keep working. But at the end, I say is leveraging networks. That's huge. So a lot of what I do is, I guess you'd call it influencer marketing or joint ventures or things like that. But basically finding people that have, 500,000, 2 million people in their audience, developing a relationship, becoming their friend, and then asking, hey, is there something we can do in collaboration? And at that point, all of a sudden your audience expands by 500,000 or 2 million overnight. But it's not overnight because you built that relationship first.
Exactly. And I think that's so powerful about how you approach what you do. You really start with that relationship. You're strategic about who you're looking to build those relationships with, but you build that know and trust with each other. And how can we work together? How can we do more together? And I think that's a really powerful way to do business. And then when you get to that point where the know and trust is there, you're able to each expand each other's reach dramatically and powerfully. Powerful. I love it.
And you can do the same with companies too, like leverage relationships with Amazon and Jet and Walmart, or any place that'll Shopify, any place that'll allow you to put your products, services, things like that. That link to experts, really good for finding experts to collaborate with. There's different resources out there, but anyway, those are some great things you can leverage.
Oh, I love it. And I know, Jess, you just have so much wisdom, advice, and tips that you can give us. And we're just scratching the surface here. We're just touching on them a little bit. And I appreciate that. And I would love for you to share how people can connect with you further if they want to have a deeper conversation, they want to explore some of these things. How can they do that?
Absolutely. Probably following me on LinkedIn or connecting. But you can have unlimited followers, but only so many connections on LinkedIn. So just look up Jess Tiffany on LinkedIn. Obviously, my websites, you can connect to me through marketingandnetworkinguniversity.com or mnudigital.com. And if you're looking for speakers, trainer, mentor type stuff, you just go to jesstiffany.com.
Perfect. So lots of different ways we can connect in and access those tips, as well as lean into the powerful book that you have recently released and are making available in digital form right now, Growth Hacking, we can lean into. And we just have a couple minutes to the close of our show, and listeners, he intrigued me. He says, I have another story, and it involves a zoo and a cougar. So if you wouldn't mind sharing your story, I would love to hear it.
Sure. Yeah, it's kind of a sad story. So anyway,
no sad stories.
well, happy sort of.
Okay.
But anyway, so I was at my family was at the zoo, and we were looking at the tigers and kind of hanging out and having fun. And all of a sudden, there was this blood-curdling scream, and it was I can still kind of hear it today. It just was really eerie, and I turn around, and here's the cougar was able to reach through the fence that apparently was kind of flexible and grab this kid. They were taking pictures, I guess, and he kind of stumbled backwards and wasn't in the cage technically, but somehow the cougar reached him and pulled him in. And most people kind of froze and everything and stuff. And for me, I just within half a second, I turned my kid around so they couldn't see, ran across, jumped up into the cougar pit thing, was running towards the cougar, and then the dad also jumped up there. And I was about a half a foot or foot away from the cougar when his dad was able to get him free and pull him back. And of course, there was no reason for me to stay there at that point, so I jumped out real quick. But the reason I don't normally tell the story much, but it's kind of, it made, and the kid was fine. He had some lacerations and whatnot, but it just made me realize that, if I'm willing to do that for my kid, or for somebody else's kid that I don't even know, what would I be willing to do for my own kids? And I only had one kid at the time, and it just kind of something that fires me up inside. Just sorry, I hope you don't start crying here, but I guess I realized I'm not the flight person. I'm the fight person apparently, but I didn't know that previously. But it kind of makes me want to take more action. When I do stuff, I kind of occasionally joke to myself, well, cold calling or something. It's better than jumping in the cougar cage. When there's two cougars in there, and you only knew where one was, but it's just I know it's kind of a sad story, but that it's kind of made me realize how much passion and love I have for my family and my kids, and what I'd want to do for them. So.
No, thank you for sharing. And I think that's was very courageous and appreciate sharing. And it does give us a moment to stop, pause, and think about, what are we willing to do when it comes down to it to bring forward those things that matter most to us. When we have those moments and we have those choices, are we going to choose to lean in? Yeah, and do that thing to bring things forward outside of our comfort zone and lean in. So listeners, it's just been a pleasure to have you join us today, and I hope you have a beautiful holiday season, and that as you're looking ahead, you choose to lean in and bring forward those things that matter most to you. We'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Influencers channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.
Find out what's happening on the Voice